Can we keep it under 9 minutes? Let's do it. While I do enjoy Destiny 2, there are a lot of problems. You'd have to be a blind guy not to see it. In this video, I'll be providing solutions to all the problems that Destiny has because there was seemingly no foresight when creating this game. In no specific order, we'll start with the gunsmith. It's pointless. It's useless. It might as well not even be in the game. The changes to your armor and weapons are minimal at best. So first proposal, make the mod system good. This next one will blow your mind. Private matches. Where the fuck were they at launch? No, seriously though, I'm not doing the rest of this in song form. But where are the private matches? That is infinity replayability, so why weren't those a priority? And strikes, don't get me started on the strikes. I mean, they're not challenging or rewarding, so what's the point of doing them? Now the Nightfall strike, I think they got right, but while the Nightfall strike is difficult, there is no reward or incentive for doing it. And the same can be pretty much said for every piece of content in Destiny, including both the raid and the prestige raid. But Cammy, you get tokens for doing stuff in Destiny! Yes, but the token system in general is just flawed. If I want the fastest tokens possible, I'm just gonna do heroic events and not even show much effort in them whatsoever. Okay, so I have my tokens. Now what do I do with them? Oh, I just turn it into a guy and get a random item? What's the point of the tokens? Why not just get a random item from completing things? Or better yet, why not be able to use the tokens to buy items directly from the vendor? And speaking of items, there is not enough weapons in the game that actually matter. For the fixed roll system to be successful, guns have to be different and there has to be a lot of guns. But this also raises the problem for collectors of this game because there's only 200 vault spaces and 50 item slots. How the hell is vault space an issue in 2017 when we had 3 years of vault issues? And on the subject of vaults, the collections were a really good idea, so why can't we have those for legendary armor and weapon sets? In a nutshell, on the PvE side of things, this game has a major flaw of no reward versus no difficulty. PvP, on the other hand, has got balance and difficulty on lock, but it gives the player almost no sense of control. I want to play Mayhem. I want to play Fiesta. I also want to play the MLG Grand Finals, but I don't ever have that option. Fuck. But seriously, I don't even feel like I'm scratching the surface with some of these issues. Like, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I could make an hour video on this, but I'm going to keep it short and concise because I want you guys to be able to share this. So while I could list another laundry list of issues, I'm sure Bungie knows what is wrong with the game. Don't laugh. Let me explain. Time is money. Effort takes time. Therefore, effort is money. If a game company is already making money, why do they have to spend time and effort making it better when people already bought and played the game? I feel like a lot of the issues I listed would not have been an issue if something like Anthem released even close to the deadline of Destiny. It goes without saying, competition breeds perfection. And if Destiny 2 has no competition, then why even strive for perfection? If you, yes you, the person listening to this video, to my voice, if you dislike Destiny, do not buy Destiny. Don't give it another cent. Don't give it another ounce of your attention. Just sit tight and bide your time. Eventually, a true competitor will reveal itself, and Destiny will have to try. I made another video about this, but Destiny essentially can never please its audience because its audience all wants different things. Case in point with the old faithful game RuneScape. I mean, that game's released, 3 different times? It has 3 running games right now for 3 completely different audiences, and even within those audiences, they're still split between PvE and PvP. If there was an Activision head listening to this video right now, I would say, why not get you a man who can do both? RuneScape did this when they completely overhauled the combat system. There were people who liked the old system and people who liked the new system. So rather than give a giant middle finger to the people who like the old system, they re-released the old system. So what I'm getting at is that you don't have to completely abandon part of your audience simply because they don't like the direction of the game. You can work with both and satisfy all sides of the coin. To do this, I'd imagine that you'd have to have custom options in PvP, a variation of game modes, or even, at worst case, a complete remaster or re-release of Destiny 1. Could you imagine, on a whim, you could choose year 1, year 2, or year 3 before you load into Crucible, and all the balance changes would reflect that? And then there'd be a 4th mode that shows the current build of the game, with community-driven votes on the direction of where PvP should go? I may be too optimistic in thinking that to even be a possibility. So instead, let's work with D2. Why not implement a mode, Mayhem, just for fun? And then, to please the D1 audience, why not just do a blanket buff of 1.25 to all weapon types and give people sniper, fusion, and shotgun ammo at all times? You could call this mode Classic Mode, where abilities hurt more, abilities recharge faster, and it's 6v6 combat even though the maps aren't really made for 6v6 combat. But I feel like that never stopped anybody from doing the exact same thing in Destiny 1. Let's be real, those maps all were kind of unbalanced anyway. You could even have rotating playlists just like Destiny 1, where one week you have some playlists that are in classic mode and other playlists that are in D2 mode. And while I'm thinking about it, why so scared to add ranked PvP into Destiny 2? Is it this give everybody a trophy mentality that the US seems to be going towards? In life, there's winners and there's losers. I personally like being the loser and then grinding my way to being a winner. That's my kind of personality. And I'm not the only one. Take the release of Cuphead, for instance. I mean, games journalists brushed it off as too difficult, yet the game sold phenomenally. In other words, difficulty is a sense of replayability for me, because if the game's difficult, I initially suck at it, and then I slowly get better. I play more of the game to get better. Then when I'm better, I'm good. I don't have to play it anymore because I already beat it and made it my bitch. But then I found out that that was just the tutorial level and I actually suck and need to get good. Jokes aside, are feelings really hurt over winning and losing in a video game when you choose to be involved in player versus player? In Destiny, you really don't have to put much effort into player versus player if you want the items from there. You don't. So why is ranked an issue? If anything, rank would provide a more honest version of matchmaking. If you're a low rank, you play low rank players. If you're a high rank, you play high rank players. Oh, but Cammy, people want rewards. And if you tie rewards to being high level in matchmaking, then yeah, people's feelings are gonna get hurt. To that I say, if that's the price to pay, if someone's feeling gets hurt for basically infinity replayability, that's perfectly okay. I feel like you're gonna have a net gain of population rather than a net loss. To sum it up shortly, ranked PvP means that there is a carrot on the stick to grind for. They could make it purely cosmetic on the reward side, as far as I'm concerned. The difference would be, you play 20 hours of the story and then complain that there's no content left. But with PvP, if you're not the max rank, you haven't completed PvP yet, so there's still a reason to play. And if rank matchmaking isn't your thing, well, there's fun modes like Mayhem and Fiesta and D1 Classic, right? Oh, there isn't? I think I beat this dead horse into the ground, so let's talk about PvE. You could do something similar with PvE. Why is there no PvE difficulty? Why is there no leaderboards? Why are the rewards not really rewards? Well, same thing as PvP. Let's throw a leaderboard on this bitch. We got the Nightfall every week, add a leaderboard to it. Make it a speedrun priority to have the fastest Nightfall. Maybe if you make the top 100, the top 1000, top 1%, whatever, you get a special emblem. But if you're number one, you better believe that Bungie's gonna make a deal about it, and this week at Bungie, once a week, they're gonna be like, these guys crushed the Nightfall. Here's their special emblem that makes their EP bigger than other people. And I guarantee that is a carrot on the stick that people will chase, and it will bring a population back into Destiny. Don't confuse what I just said for saying that there's no fun to be had in PvE, because there certainly is. The strike playlist could further be improved by adding the option of having fun modifiers randomly be placed, and holding streaks leads to better rewards. The modifiers could be as follows: infinity power ammo, lower gravity, infinity supers and ability charges, faster movement speed. Just think of stuff off the top of your head. Think skulls from Halo. And then there could be an enhanced difficulty playlist where it's a randomized Nightfall strike playlist with very difficult options. And the players who can hold a streak in there are the most badass of badass in PvE. And again, it's a fun, challenging game mode that'll keep you coming back asking for more. As with everything in the game, the rewards have to be worth it, so make more loot and make better loot. But be careful for power creep. Try to make it more unique. I think they knocked it out of the park with exotics. Every exotic in this game really does feel unique and exotic. Not necessarily powerful, but exotic. They are definitely exotic. And if something is different, there is more fun to be had. Oh my god, I took that shot. But yeah, just make loot fun to use. And if we're scared about something like power creep inflicting PvP, then just limit certain ranked game modes to not include every weapon that exists. Maybe have a fixed set of weapons that are allowed. Maybe sold by shacks. Who knows? Well, I done messed up and went over my deadline talking, but I kind of get carried away when I talk about these things, and sometimes I think of an idea on the spot that I'm like, that's good, but I really didn't put enough thought into it, so then 30 seconds later, I delete it and re-record it, and then realize that I'm rambling on too much about one thing or another. Just like there, I did it just then. Oh, the irony. But the big takeaway from this video is to be patient. If you dislike Destiny 2, that's fine, show it no attention. Vote with your wallets. Look at how EA and Star Wars Battlefront 2 is doing right now. People are voting with their wallets, and changes are being made. But with that being said, be ready to give Bungie feedback when they ask for it, because they will ask for it. If they suddenly see a drop in players, they're going to be thinking, well, we messed up, we should fix this. Maybe the players who play this game and enjoy this game might have something to add. I'm going to go ahead and end this video on a good note. I've compiled about a minute of highlights from last week. This is the reason that I find Destiny 2 fun. They changed the one thing that truly mattered to me, which was PvP balance, and I have a blast when I have the right team by my side. You know, that follows callouts and shoots things accurately and has strategy. I know this kind of gameplay isn't for everybody, but it's for me, and that's what I enjoy, so don't judge me for liking Destiny 2 PvP. It really isn't for everybody, and that's what I wanted to get across in this video.
Nice.
Why don't go,
They're
go, go,
goalie,
go.
they're goalie.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Okay, here they go. They got shotgun. Here they go.
Oh my gosh. What the actual... The golden gun. That was huge.
There's a no-scope too. Jump. That is such bullshit. That should never be allowed in like 5 different countries.